Hi everyone. So welcome back to the channel, and my name is Sandra if you're new here. And before we get into the video, I'm going to do something a little different. So Oscar's football team, the Wingerworth Bears, are running a small Christmas fundraiser. We've got a fun football card going. There are 40 teams available, and you basically just choose a team, pay £5. I then scratch the team, and then the winner will win £100, and the other £100 will go towards kids football Christmas party. So I'll insert the card in here. Choose the team if you would want to participate. I really appreciate if you are gonna have a go. If not, yeah, let's just get on with the video. All right, so it's week 3 being off Mounjaro, and last week I've had a very emotional video. As you may know, I will insert it down below so you can have a look at me crying. But yeah, this week I'm not as emotional. As you can see, I made an effort to put makeup on, a good dress, I'm smiling and that. So yeah, I feel loads better. Thank you ever so much to everybody who has checked up on me and just put a kind comment. It's really lovely. There were a couple of comments that were quite rude, but I don't tend to like really dwell on them too much. It just shows what other people are like, not me. So yeah, I'll start straight away with how the week has been, and then I will dive a little deeper today. I won't get into it right now. Let's just get in with this week first. In 8 days, I've gained 1.85 kilograms. Let that sink in. Now, I've not been doing much of intermittent fasting. I think I've done it for the morning, but then with kids football, it tends to be different times. So I just ended up just having dinner, and again, I am still hungry. I am still craving for things, and I am, yeah, just overall enjoy eating at the minute. Now, I've obviously thought it's a little bit silly to gain 1.85 kilograms in 8 days, and I'm just like wondering if it's actually possible to gain fat. And on my smart scales, it put my metabolic age up, it put like, it just got all gone crazy. I won't even look into that, to be honest with you, but I did put my weight gain in on ChatGPT, and I was like, is this possible? Like, what are the reasons, like why could the body hold that fat? And this is the response that I got. You gain 1.85 kilos in 8 days, but this is almost certainly not fat gain. Your gym routine, I've gone back to the gym. Your gym routine, hydration, and body composition data all suggest this is normal and healthy fluctuation. So my water's gone down a bit, meaning I must have been dehydrated a little bit. My obviously weight gone up, but at the same time, my muscle mass and my bone, there's a word, bone density or something, has gone up. So that's what it means. It's saying that what is likely to happen is the water retention. Muscles hold on to more water as they repair and recover after workouts. And then again, I've not been working out for a good month, and then I started going in again every single day. Gosh, I feel so good. Honestly, you should try it. The other reason could be a glycogen, I hope it's glycogen, not glycogen, I'm sure it's glycogen storage. When you exercise, your muscles store glycogen, which binds water, adding 1 to 3 kilograms temporarily. And the other reason could be a hormonal and sodium fluctuations. Natural shifts in hormones and salt intake can also affect water balance. Yeah, my muscle mass gone up by 0.68 kilograms, bone mass 0.97, fat-free mass gone up as well 0.75, and body fat gone up by 0.5 with a margin of error, it says. This data shows you're likely gaining lean tissue, not fat. There's a slight increase in BMR, which confirms that metabolism is stronger and your workouts are paying off. So within a week, I've managed to raise the basal metabolic rate, because obviously when Mounjaro was going down like less and less every week. If I started with 1.8, I ended up with 1.6, meaning my body was needing less energy, or using less energy because I was giving less food. So my goal is to get my BMR higher so that I can eat a normal amount of food without my body stressing out and thinking that it's got to hold on to everything. So the takeaway from all this week is I'm building strength and lean mass, which is, I always wanted that. I wanted to lose weight and have muscle. I didn't want to lose weight and questionable amount of muscle. Your gain is mostly water and glycogen, not fat. Keep training, stay hydrated, and trust the trend, not the week-to-week number. So I might try weigh myself tomorrow, just to sort of see how accurate is the whole weighing. But yeah, so far that's what I've got for this week. I'm not gonna say that it's not scary. It's 100% scary, but I mean, what can I do? I can just trust the process. It's a new process. It's a new journey I'm on, so I might as well just trust it, right? Now with this, I'm going to move on to something else today. Like I said, I'm going to dive deep in this. I wanted to talk about it for a while, but I think this is probably the perfect time for it. I don't know how to start, really. I've got it here. It says how to start, but... So, whilst on Mounjaro, I kind of thought everything's just fixed itself, and everything's all right. But obviously that was a little cheat code that probably some part of me wishes that I would have never started. And I don't want to just talk about the diets, scales or numbers, but about what might be underneath all of this. So for me, it's not just about food. It's about a story. It's just about a story about how it's all started, really. And maybe you can relate and you can see yourself in this story. And so when I was around 4, I went to kindergarten. Is it called kindergarten? And I think it's nursery in the UK, isn't it? But I grew up in Lithuania, so let's say nursery. And I was a second Sandra in there, so there was 2 Sandras. And I was always, for some reason, called the Fat Sandra. I don't know why. I've looked through photos. I've looked through some of the footage that my mum had of me. I was not chubby. I was not overweight at all, but for some reason kids decided that why don't we call you a Fat Sandra? At the same time, at home, like my mum wasn't around, my dad wasn't around, and I kind of grew up with my grandmother, who was, and still is, I suppose. She's very strict. Not at all affectionate, nothing to do with emotions or anything like that, and very much focused on body image. Now, I'm not blaming anybody here. This has probably come from their moms and their dads and their grandmothers. We know how it works, but I'm just sort of telling you this so you can get a full picture. So So from a young age, the message that I got was that my looks, or how I looked, mattered more than how I felt. And it's sort of living without much emotional safety and warmth. My nervous system may have learned to find comfort in food. Now, if you don't know one thing about, I'm not an expert on nervous system by any means, but if there's one thing that I've learned, is that from when we're little, our nervous system learns to cope, not to thrive, but to survive. So me eating, at some point it clicked, maybe when I was younger, it clicked like, oh, I feel a bit better, I can control this. This is something that, you know, I'm giving to myself. And it kind of stays with you, right? When someone grows up without consistent emotional safety or, you know, love, the nervous system learns to adapt and just find ways to cope. And like I said, not to thrive, just to survive. And for some it shows as in anxiety, some it shows perfectionism. There's a lot of other things like alcohol, drugs, just you name it. There's lots. But for me, I think it went into showing up in a relationship with my food and my body. So my body kind of remembers the old strategies. It's holding on to the ways that made sense and made me survive through everything that I've been through. And right now, it's not changing it, because obviously didn't realize that for a long time. So I wasn't trying to change that. And so it only dealt with stress or fear the only way it knows how to cope, which was eating food. And maybe, just maybe, that is why I'm struggling with the food so much. Like, I want to read this. This isn't about willpower. It's about the body carrying an old story. The weight isn't the enemy. It might just be a message saying, I've been trying to keep you safe. And it's funny because on the previous video, I got a comment, and I wish that person would come back to this channel and would hear this, and we can have a little bit more of a conversation about this, a bit more open conversation. Because there was a person that said something like, clearly a man, I want to be a Hulk. I want big muscles, but I don't want to do anything. And that is funny, isn't it? Like, it's a completely different thing we're talking about here. A completely different thing. It's not about a lack of willpower. It's about, not even about what your mind says to do. It's not about, I'm going on a diet, I will go to the gym, I will do this and all that. It's nothing to do with that. It's going deeper. And I urge you to maybe look within yourself and look a little deeper and see, maybe there is something within from your childhood that made you maybe turn to food. We underestimate big time as a whole society. We underestimate how important is childhood. How everything that happens in childhood shapes who you are. It doesn't mean that it can't be changed. I'm not saying that, but it takes a lot of work, but it shapes who you are. If you've heard certain things, your nervous system learns to cope. Our bodies are brilliant. They're just so smart. They find ways to make sure that you survive. I turned to food. That's why I had eating disorders when I was 15. I was 16, 17, 18. It continued, right? These things don't just come from willpower. They are something deeper. They are our nervous system ways to deal and thrive with this. What might help now is, I think, knowing all this and kind of just, recognizing this within myself. What could help now is possibly showing my body something new. And I keep coming on and off with the nervous system regulators, and I think I need to stick to it a lot more. I think I need to create moments of safety, and these are the things that I may suggest you as well. If you think about this, do some research maybe, but creating moments of safety and reminding the nervous system that the past is past and it's no longer that. You're no longer in it. You don't need to just survive. We can start thriving. Maybe also getting curious, not critical. Maybe just asking, what might I need right now, instead of judging myself. What do I need right now? Do I need rest? Do I need love? Do I need a hug? Do I need to go to the gym or just like explode with my body? Like just, what do I need? And approaching change from a place of gentleness, not punishment. And that is, I'm guilty of that. The goal isn't to fix everything overnight. I think is to create a foundation where this healing can happen, and where the food is no longer meaning that much to me. And I get people saying, oh, just don't eat in the evening, or just eat an apple, or it's just so much more. And I do believe that people who never gone through that, or who's had a great childhood, probably will never understand it. And I'm mad. I am very mad. You can't tell me you can't tell how mad I am. I don't want to be doing this work. I don't want to. I just want to live my life, be happy. I don't want to work on myself. Like, who does, right? But I think I've lost the thought now. I can't leave with I just don't want to do the work. Oh my gosh. No, I mean, like, I'd rather not, but obviously it is what it is. And I've got to move on, to thrive. I've got to, and I will have to, And so this isn't about a weight. It's about learning to feel safe in a body that once had to protect itself. I no longer need protection. I am in a safe environment. I've got safe people around me. I no longer need to survive and cope with different things. And maybe others can carry the similar stories, maybe not identical, but similar. That's why I wanted to make this video, to maybe just plant a little seed of, the reason why we're like that. Because we see some people as skinny, and they're skinny all the time. Ain't no problem. They got no problem with weight. And then you see some people and they go on ups and downs and ups and downs. There is something more. There is something more than just the food, because we're all exposed in a similar environment. We're all exposed in similar foods. So it's more than that. I just want to invite you into this conversation. Maybe the real journey isn't about losing weight. It's about finally feeling safe in your body. This video is for any of you who carries something, who carries maybe similar feelings and turn to food. And so I just want to tell you that you are not alone. And if you want, drop a comment down below and let's talk about it. Let's find the ways together to maybe help each other feel safe. All my love to you in this world where love is definitely, there is a lack of. And in here, you're safe. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed that kind of content. Let's do this together and support each other in this craziness. Thank you very much for watching. Come back next week for another video. Do take care. Bye bye.